right you are. The first favourite is Home on Blue Diamond Day. Right you are. Turned off near the line, won by Length and a quarter back. Very, very tight. Espiona Torregine from Waverider. Espiona bounces back today. Espiona's won it from Torregine for Pericles with 100 metres to go. Seeing it out well is going to trot in. Pericles won at 2.5 seconds. Head bomber Osbred rising. 150 led 3/4 of a length from I'm Thunderstruck, who can't get there. Then Mr. Brightside, but the gate has done it again. Alligator Blood wins it by a length, Mr. Bright.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, for Group 1 Australian Guineas Day. It's a very exciting day where I think a couple of favourites are very hard to beat. And a couple of value, too, could run really well. So let's get this and find them. Race number 1 at Flemington is the listed Festival of Racing over the 1,000 metres down the straight for the first, and I'm very keen on one here. And that's Illative for Michael Price, Mike Kent Jr. for Jamie Carr with the 55 kilos. Real intent here. First up, stakes race, J Carr, lightweight. The barrier, I'm not concerned about. Barriers don't really matter to me down the straight. And like I said, with the lightweight for Jamie Carr, should be awfully hard to beat here. And I think it will win. From Massira for second, really good horse. And it looks to be with the breeding for Blake Shin and Cummings. Drawn the two will be in the right part of the straight to be pouncing on them late. Butch Cassidy there, Gay Woodhouse, Adrian Bott. Runner will run well for Ben Mellum and Catahoula for Damien Oliver and the Hawks team. Always got a lot of time for the Shalar horses, and I think it'll run well. But Illative on top, quite clearly on top in the first. 50 to win. Go Jamie Carr. Race number 2 at Flemington, and it's a quality handicap over the 2,500 metres. And I'm quite keen here on So Unusual. I've been on its past 3 starts. It's won its past 3. I see no reason to drop off. It's drawn beautifully in barrier number 1. Dean Holland Sticks has a lightweight of 54 with the top weight being Midnight Blue backing up from last week. I think it'll stalk the speeds right behind the leaders here, or even could take the lead. And it'd be extremely hard to beat here for Dean Holland. Timor for second for Jamie Carr with a lighter weight of 54. Chris Wilde, absolutely outstanding run last start. Drawn to sit a lot closer, and is the only danger to So Unusual. Youth Spirit coming down from Sydney for Damien Oliver and Gay Woodhouse and Adrian Bott. Always respect the stable when they bring them south, but faces a bit of a task here. And Midnight Blue, second up to 2,500 metres will suit, but would like to see it do it first again. But So Unusual on top in the second. 40 to win. Again, quite confident. Race number 3 at Flemington is a handicap over the 1,000 metres, and my tips should go one of 2 ways here. I'm with Mar Marigan to start off with, and if he's racing here, if he's going to be racing at Flemington, I will still be with him. But if they scratch and go to Moonee Valley on Sunday, where Blake Shin's booked to ride, and I think they'll go that way, I'll be with Carlos. Now, I'll go through both of them why now first. Mar Marigan on top, absolutely outstanding run last start in defeat. Should have won, had no luck at all. And has the 54 kilos for Blake McDougall and Nick Ryan. Drawn 8, again, barriers don't matter to me down the straight, and I think he can run really well here. But again, if he goes to the Valley on Sunday, I'll be with Carlos. Resumes to racing, being gelded. First up, probably has something to find on fitness for them, but is a very classy horse. Loves the straight. And first up down the straight shows to me a bit of intent. Good ground, a little bit of a query, but to offset that, you've got Jamie Carr with a good weight and a good barrier. So I think that'll offset that and could explode being gelded. On the lead will go forward for Blake Shin, for Richard Will Freeman from barrier number 1. And Tycoon Hummer will be charging at them late. Just don't think it'll finish over the top. But Mar Marigan on top, 35 to win and 20 to win on Carlos if Mar Marigan races at Moonee Valley. Race number 4 at Flemington, and it's a 3-year-old fillies and mares handicap over the 1,000 metres. A lot of 1,000-metre races early in this card, and I'm with Wild Belle for Luke Fernie and Chris Parn. The first up run win was an absolutely outstanding performance. Second up, travels across to take on all the horses here. From barrier number 2, I think it'll sit right behind Bistro, who'll be charging off into the lead, get off its back at the 200 or even the 150 and just charge over the top. Quite confident it can win again from Bistro, who again will lead this field on its ear and be very hard to beat. Winner Takes It All for third and has been well backed into $6.50 from $8. And Waverider Buoy for Chris Waller, I think can run well for Jai McNeil with a lightweight. But while Belle on top and race for it, Flemington 35 to win, I think the Perth horse can score a Victorian win. Race number 5 at Flemington, it's a benchmark 84 handicap over the 1600 metres. Sparkle on top, 3 wide the trip first up. Not where you want to be in any race. Tired late after the tired run, and I think second up, no trouble about the ground, no trouble getting to the big track of Flemington, and I think he'll be performing very well here, and I think can win from Kettle Hill. Too short for me to take the price after what was a good first up run. We didn't have any luck, but has been favoured its past couple, and if J-Mac can't get the best out of it in Sydney, I don't think Jamie Carr can in Melbourne, but there's a good chance. I'm a Shelby, consistent as always. And the same thing has to be said for Munhamek, but hasn't been winning this campaign. Has had a long campaign. Probably towards the end of it now, but would like to see how he goes. But Sparkle on top, race 5 Flemington. Hopefully he can sparkle and light up headquarters. Race number 6 at Flemington is the Inglis sprint over the 1200 metres. Benedetta on top. Very progressive, this horse, on the way up. Stacky sticks here. I think it'll just win. 3 from 4. You're an outstanding horse to do that, and has done it all with a bit in hand. Its last couple, its last 3 runs have won with something in hand. Beat Discerning easily, though. Then again, is that the right form reference? It might not be, but she does have the fitness edge on most of these, where most of these are resuming. And the other one with a run under the belt is Cythera. I think he'll run well at $10, coming out of the Kevin Hayes for Mark Zara for Peter and Paul Snowden. Opal Ridge, class winner in the race, has a lightweight, good barrier for Blake Shin. Just want to see how it goes first. And Paris Dior first go down the straight. Interested to see how it goes as well. Again, for the Peter and Paul Snowden team. But Benedetta on top, race fit, improvement, lightweight, good jock on. You can see where I'm going. Race number 7 at Flemington, and it's the features, the Group 1 Australian Guineas over the 1600 metres. Now, I'm going with elliptical. Most people are just going to say that Jacquinot's going to win. I still think he can win, but I have some serious queries about his chances, if that sounds odd. But I'll explain why I'm with elliptical. Big win first up, improvement to come. Blake Shin sticking, has the lightweight of 57 kilos. Barrier number 2, importantly. Drew wide and had to settle back. Draws better, can settle forward. Will run the 1600 metres out, was unlucky behind Golden Mile in the Caulfield Guineas. And I think with serious improvement to come, he's the one to beat. From Jacquinot, mile query. Gets back. Will he be able to finish over the top of them? Will there be enough tempo for him to finish over the top of them? I'm not too sure. Legato for third, the New Zealand filly, who is an absolute star for Mickey D and will run a hell of a race. And Mr. Maestro backs up out of the Autumn Classic from last week at $23. But let's go on top of the Group 1 Australian Guineas, 35 to win. I think Blake Shin can do it. Race number 8 at Flemington is a Group 2 Blamey Stakes. The winner of this gets an automatic entry into the All-Star Mile, where a couple of them are looking for that route, where a couple of them are already in. And my top selection's already in the race, so no point in looking at if it was going to go into the All-Star Mile when he's already in. And that's Gentleman Roy. He should lead the field on his ear. He might have to do a little bit of work to cross to lead, but he's a natural on-pace running horse. Mark Zara in the saddle should have won the CF4 last start. Lightweight, barrier 8. I think he'll go forward, control, and be hard to beat. I think Tuvilla will be up there on the premises. I don't think that Tuvilla will lead. Mind you, is drawn better to lead than Gentleman Roy is. And Gentleman Roy can always set off Tuvilla if that scenario unfolds and have the last crack at her. At him, sorry. And so interested to see how that goes. Panning for third, always shows up on the day for Luke Nolan, for Peter Mooney, the old guard back again. And Bear Story, the import for Clinton McDonald for Ben Mellon. I'm interested to see how this horse goes. Has had a little bit of support, 21 into 19. Interested to see how it goes here. Gentleman Roy on top in the Blamey. Quite confident he can win with the Flemington record and his ability to sit up there on the pace. So 25 to win on Gentleman Roy. Race number 9 at Flemington, and it's a benchmark 90 handicap over the 1200 metres, and it's not going to surprise anyone here who I've got on top, and it's the Jumbuck. Last 2 starts I've tipped him. Last 2 starts he's won. 55.5 Blake Shin, barrier 6. has a growing affinity for the straight, and I think he can win again here. Has the fitness edge on most of these. Mind you, he is rising up in grade, but like I said, fitness edge, Blake Shin sticks, good chance. I think he can win again. The only danger I thought in this field was It's Our Time. We know how good he is down the straight, but has the big weight first up, but does draw well for Danny O'Brien and John. Pinstripe at the crossways, don't know where he is, and Cardinal Gem always runs well down the straight. Just want to see you do it again first. But the jump buck on top, race 9 at Flemington, 40 the win, to blast out in the last, and 15 the place on It's Our Time. Great bets, the last at Flemington. Thank you for watching my preview for Group 1 Australian Guineas Day. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you're back to winners, and I'll see you next weekend for the Group 1 Newmarket Handicap. What a race it's going to be, 24 of them down the straight for the speedsters. Can't wait for that, but we've got to get through this week first. Hope you're back some winners, and I hope I found you some winners.